Hi. If you're like many people, you're researching cybernetic transposition and you're wondering if it will work for you. Maybe you even gone so far as to buy the ebook, How to Get Lots of Money for Anything Fast. And as you're reading it, I know there's parts either saying, wow, could this really work for me? And you're looking for information on the web, and there's not much there, is there? There's a lot of stories of it's worked for other people. And can you believe it? Can you trust it? My name's Monique Gallagher, and I'm a licensed cybernetic transposition teacher, trainer. I can tell you that yes, it does work. And I'll also tell you it doesn't work for everybody. I know that's probably against the party line, but I'm going to be honest. Why doesn't it work for everybody? Well, after teaching it for now 10 years, I've worked with a lot of people. And also, I work with it myself on a daily basis. I usually have an objective running, and I do a practice process every morning to determine if I have any blockers that are getting in the way from me achieving my objective. And also, I clear those blockers as they come up. Yeah, after 10 years, I still have blockers, and likely you will too. Our our purpose with working with CT is not to become blocker free. It is to achieve our intentions, achieve our aims, become more lucky, fortunate, have more synchronistic events. So really CT in a way is like a lifestyle. It's you choose to take up meditation because you like the benefits of meditation. You like how you feel after. Well, with CT, it's kind of similar. After you clear a blocker, a self-defeating thought, feeling, attitude, or belief, behavioral pattern, well, you feel substantially lighter. You feel more uplifted. You feel more hopeful. Now, why wouldn't you want to do that regularly? Now, I'm going to talk a little bit and just really be honest with you here. When I first found the How to Make Lots of Money for Anything Fast ebook, I got to tell you, I didn't buy it on the web. In fact, had I gone to the web, I probably would have thought it was a little bit hypey, it was promising too much, and that it couldn't be real, right? It sounded too good to be true. I would have just clicked off the page. Well, you may wonder how I got it. Well, a good friend of mine gifted it to me. He bought it for me and he sent it to me. It took me 3 months to open the ebook. And the only reason I did because he would call me almost every day. Did you read it yet? Did you read it yet? Now, the reason why he bought it is that I was going through major changes in my life. A marriage had ended, and the divorce was pending. I was a single mother who had homeschooled her child and wanted to continue. But I wasn't the same person I was before I got married. Having that many changes going on in your life, some people kind of merge energies with another, and especially if you've been with someone for 10 years. I kind of lost parts of myself. I really didn't know what I wanted in life. Desirability? What desirability? All I know is what I don't want. And you really can't set objectives with that. So what I did is I focused on how to use the cybernetic transposition blocker resolution processes really effectively to restore parts of myself back, because I used to be really accomplished, quite successful when I was living in England. I had a company car, I was traveling, working with Sun Microsystems and Oracle, and I was capable of providing for myself, capable of making decisions. But when I got married, I kind of deferred parts of those, decision making to my husband. A lot of us do that. So through the process of working with CT, that was from about the end of 2002 until 2005, and I decided that these processes are powerful. There's nothing like them out there to help you recover parts of yourself, create wholeness, integration, upliftment, hope, joy, enthusiasm. Nothing that I've found to where it keeps the control inside of me. I'm the authority. It's not a healer doing something to me. Healers are great. Don't get me wrong. I've gone to healers and they help lift things off my shoulders. But I always come back to CT because I'm in charge. I want to be in charge. And that's what CT enables you to do, to be in charge of your unconscious, those habitual patterns and thinking and feeling and behaviors that got in there before you were consciously aware. And so with CT, you become aware of those, especially those parts that are resisting you achieving your objectives, and you get them on your side. So really the way it works is those parts of your unconscious that are resistant to you going forward and growing and becoming a more fulfilled, happy, successful person, you get them working on your side so that you have some support, that so when you go out into the world, you've got something, it's got your back, and that's your unconscious, and you get access to that will part, that will to do. So if procrastination is an issue, or your lack of productivity, well, the answers lie in those programmed parts in your unconscious, and you can get them working on your side. So when I became aware of how powerful these processes were, I said, I got to teach this. This is so valuable. I really want to bring this to people. So I went to Stuart Lichtman, and here was Meeky me. I'm here speaking to Stuart Lichtman. Stuart, I want to be able to teach this. Will you teach me how to teach it? And I remember it's like, I don't do that anymore. And it happened to be where he said to me, if you can get 10 people who want to do it, I'll create a class. I'm not doing it just for you. It's too much work. So I was inspired, and I can't say I was super successful, but I tried. I spoke to about 100 people to get them involved in the training. So he created the program, and I became one of the first certified teachers. I wish there were more of us. This is so needed in the world, so needed at this time. So I just want to tell you a little bit about me and why I started to learn CT. Oh, one last little piece, funny story. Because I had started learning CT and was focused on what I would call the healing processes, the blocker resolution processes, I really didn't focus so much on setting and achieving objectives. Well, when I was in the teacher training in 2005, Stuart says, Monique, you're doing really well. You're coaching other people really effectively. You know your stuff. But I can't certify you unless you achieve an objective. Well, when someone says something to me like that, I rise to the challenge. So I set an objective in the CTD CT training, and I didn't achieve it. It's like, oh my. So in the debugging process, I identified something that's so powerful and so important for you to know. If you have not achieved your CT objectives or any of your goals in your life so far, there's a really important reason that you need to understand why. We have a part of our unconscious that knows what's for our highest good. Some people call it our higher self, our soul, whatever you want to call it. It's got really good counsel and navigation for you if you have contact with it. Now, that first objective that I set, I didn't achieve it because I had not had contact with that part of my unconscious until the debugging process. And when I did that process, this part of my unconscious said, what do you think you're doing? Setting an objective on that. It wasn't harsh like that. I'm making, exaggerating. But it said there's an important area of your life that's really draining you and taking a lot of your focus and attention off achieving. Set an objective around that. And when you do, the other things will just fall into place. And true to form, it did. And I was successful at achieving that objective. And obviously, I became certified. And I've been teaching CT privately and to groups for 10 years now. Hope that helped you to understand a little bit how CT works and why it works and why it doesn't work for everybody. It can, though, if you're committed and dedicated, and you think about CT kind of as meditation. It becomes a lifestyle, helps you achieve your objectives, and at some point you may not even need to use CT. Your conscious mind could be so aligned with your unconscious so that you set an intention and you manifest it. That's my hopes and dreams for you. and it can be. Monique Gallagher, cyberneticmastery.com. Let me know how I can help.